Who is the best YouTube golfer? Well, today I have laid it out in 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, and 2 stars, and 1 stars. And well, it's not just me today. We have a special guest. Look who we have.
We're here today.
Mr. Zach Radford.
I feel honored.
Welcome to Who is the Best. Are you the best?
Who is the best?
So we have lined out the new and updated rankings. Now we've thought about this a lot.
Yeah, we sat here for like an hour.
More than hours, days. Just kidding, no, we didn't do that. But we have come up with probably the best list I've put to date. This is gonna be a solid list, and there's actually a new rule that me and Zach, well, mostly Zach came up with. Yeah, it was just Zach. But
You get one person to move
up or
down.
if you wanna move them down. And without further ado, like, subscribe, most importantly, hit that notification bell, because bangers every week. Also, subscribe to Mr. Zach here. 5 stars. Starting off with our first banger and the first 5-star. Who do we got? Who do we got? We got a guy that name rhymes like mine. Luke Kwan. Luke is a solid player.
I mean, he played at Oklahoma.
I didn't do that, did you?
I didn't play in college. Didn't even have my clubs at school. So, yeah.
Luke is a very, very solid player with good now, and he is making a lot of content, which we both know kind of makes our game go a little bit down. I used to say he was a 6-star, but
When you're making content all the time,
tough.
you're just not putting practice into your game to work on wedges, work on putting,
Nope.
things like that. So it can slip pretty quickly.
It happens. So that's our first 5-star, and this is no particular order here. This is just straight up. These are the 5 stars. So the next one we have is Mr. George Bryan.
He can play.
We both have played with him.
We have
We've both beat him. We've both
Lost.
lost to him.
Our matches are always a good match. We've both won matches against each other, and pretty much all the matches come down to the wire. I mean, he can play.
I mean,
of everyone that I've played, I have to say, I think George is the most consistent
yeah.
player of any one that I've played with.
He is consistent, ball striker. So it was impressive that George went to the US Open qualifier and shot 67, which I don't think has ever been done in YouTube golf history. Well, nobody else has done it yet. We need to get Zach playing in some tourneys.
I need to get back out there. I really do want to. It's just a matter of the amount of
Can I
content.
practice?
Well, haven't been practicing, and the amount of content I've been filming.
Yeah.
It's not conducive of signing up for tournaments.
Yeah, which brings me to my next person, Zach Radford. Who is that guy? Yep, I put Zach here, and Zach is a heck of a player. He is more than just a stinger king. He is a ball striker. He is a great putter. If you didn't see my last video, yep, you were here with the 5 stars, my man.
I appreciate it. It is an honor. And I'm not just joking. Just being a part of this series that you have going on is pretty neat. So I appreciate you having me.
Appreciate you for coming on. Next 5-star.
Micah Morris definitely deserves to be a 5-star.
Big Micah.
Absolutely. I mean, I filmed a lot with Micah, and when he gets his putter going,
Dangerous.
he can post some numbers, and he's a tough one to beat.
Yeah.
Same thing with George and Micah. We both beat each other, both lost to each other. It's both of those two guys I would consider, outside of you, they would be the 2 best YouTube golfers that I've played.
Yeah.
That I feel like it can go either way.
Yeah, they're very solid. I played with both of them. They both are very good ball strikers. So the next 5-star we have Grant Horvat. Big Grant he's consistent. Like, very consistent. He's not I call them gunslingers. So gunslinger meaning they can go like super low.
Yeah.
So I feel like he is a very steady player, to where it's not like he's gonna show anything too flashy.
Right.
I just think he's so solid on consistency.
For sure. I have not played with Grant, but from the videos, it does look like he's a very consistent player.
Yep.
So
Very
I would
true.
have to agree with that.
Next we have James Wiltshire. Now, neither of us have played with him, but he does have a lot of tournament experience and also very solid under par tournament scores. If you're shooting under par in tournaments, you're a player.
If he's posting scores in tournaments under par, 100% deserves to be a 5-star.
Facts.
Like, no doubt.
The next one we have in 5-star is Garrett Clark. You were with Garrett at the beginning of when he started YouTube. He told you to start YouTube.
Garrett was the reason why I started YouTube.
Yeah.
For sure. He just kept pushing me to start making YouTube videos. It was very intimidating at the beginning. I knew nothing about long form content. It was just Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
So I got to give Garrett a lot of credit for pushing me to get started. Played a lot of golf with Garrett. He can play. He can play. I genuinely think if he didn't film as much content and practice more, his game could be
I've always said it too.
really good. He
Practice, Garrett.
I don't feel like he gets much practice time.
He can. I mean,
so,
when you're going that much on content.
But he can play. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's raw. He's got that raw talent. So we have actually two people, but one group that have moved up.
They deserve to move up.
We both played with them. It's time.
Absolutely.
It's time.
I got waxed by them.
You guys ready for this? You guys ready? Busta Jack. Cole and Mason.
They can play.
They are solid. They surprised me. When I went and filmed with them in Dallas, I was honestly surprised. They're a lot better than I thought they were. But seeing them play with you and be right there, if not better.
Just absolutely destroy me and Bradley the day we played, absolutely. They 100% can play.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Those guys are awesome. But they can play.
Cole and Mason, you guys are 5 stars. Give us a big 5. Now let's get into the 4 stars.
I feel like this is where things get a little more...
Yeah, this is where things get a little dicey. And you guys can do your vote. Remember, you get 1 vote and put it in the comments who you want to move up or you want to move down. The first one we got is Peter FINCH. Have you played with Peter?
I have. It's been a little while, but maybe 3 years, something like that. He can play, but it was only 1 9-hole round, I think. Maybe we played a few more, but it was kind of chaos when we played. Yeah. So it was kind of hard for me to get a full gauge of everyone's ability that day. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Oh, yeah. Absolutely love teaming up with Peter.
Big Pete. So Big Pete did go down 1, but you can always vote up if you want him to be up in the 5-star, if you guys think that. So the next person we have, maybe a fan favorite of YouTube golf right now, and this is Fat Perez.
I feel like he's sneaky good.
Dude, he's a sleeper. I'm gonna put the clip in of him sleeping, watching my video. Fat Perez. He can move. He's moved up. I know you guys wanted him at 4-star. He's earned that 4-star. He's earned it. Next we have...
Could surprise a lot of people in matches. I just haven't seen him play like a straight up match. I would love to see him take on
We need to
Grant
see that.
Or
put it together.
Peter, or just to see kind of where his game stacks up. 1v1.
So the next person we have in the 4-star rankings is Mr. Short Game. I've played with Mr. Short Game, have you?
I have.
You have? And
He's been on my team at one point.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, back in the day.
Very consistent, very solid player, not your flashiest player. If you put him up against a 5-star, it would be, that's where it like gets interesting, because when you put head to head, if you put Mr. Short Game, for instance, in a match versus Micah Morris.
Comment below what the most intriguing matchup between a 4 and 5-star would be. If a 4-star was gonna overtake a 5-star, and just what would be the most intriguing matchup between the 4 and 5 stars? I'm curious to know.
Very good point. Very good point. Next, we have a guy you've been hanging out with a lot.
He can play.
And that is CEO of Golf, aka Remick. He is a solid player, played in college, and you know his game better than I do.
Yeah, I mean, he can play. I've won matches and I've lost matches against him. So he can pour on some birdies, hits it well, ball strikes it well, and makes some putts. Yeah. So he can play.
The next 4-star, and that is Dan Hendrickson. I do know he's a solid player, and he shoots around 75. So that's pretty solid. Yeah. So if you're shooting 75, more than likely, I feel like that's kind of where the 4 stars are.
I don't know Dan.
Neither do I.
Would love to meet you someday, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, come on. All right, next we have Andy Carter. Is a solid player. I've seen him on the videos.
He's got a great swing and looks like he can play.
But you have played with Matt Fryer, our next 4-star.
Matt can play. Honestly, probably one of the funnest guys to ever team.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Like
Let's play, Matt.
I've won matches and I've lost matches against, so he can play.
Here we really go. I feel like the more the list goes down, the harder it gets. It's tough. It gets tough and gritty down here. 3 stars. And the first person we have is Golf Sidekick. Really funny guy. I like his comments. Like, have you ever seen him comment?
I think he's very clever.
Yeah,
like with how he
super clever
formats things and
he is
how he words things, I think. And his videos are put together.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very solid player and seems pretty consistent. Next we have the long knocker, Kyle Berkshire. So should Kyle be a 4-star? It's up to you guys now. Kyle does hit it very long.
Quick story.
All right.
If I really, really like stretch and like try to push it, I can get my club head speed up there a little bit.
Yeah.
There was one day we're playing down in Florida, and for me, I moved it. Like, I moved it. It was into the wind,
Zach can move
flat hole, probably hit at 340, no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 50 by me.
God.
And he was not using a long drive driver, and it was into the wind, and he hit it like 380. It was unreal.
The reason that I put him there is because short game. That's a big part of the game, but that's where a lot of strokes can be made and also lost. So that's the reason that Kyle is a 3-star. So next, the hole-in-one king, Matt Scharf.
Shot was impressive.
Multiple shots, actually. Yeah. Hole-in-one on a par 4, which has never been done on YouTube.
And it was filmed so well.
Yeah, like you couldn't even script that better. I mean, it was like, what the heck? A hole-in-one on a par 3. But yeah, he's a solid player. I think he's changed his swing a little bit. Looks like,
I have to confess, I haven't seen his swing lately.
Looks like an old man swing. He's like something like that.
I'm gonna have to look.
Next we have Mark CROSSFIELD. Now Mark, it's kind of hard to judge because he doesn't really play that much golf on his channel. You know, he's always been a club review guy.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to judge. He seems like a solid player just from his club reviews.
Yeah, I've not met him or played with him, but seems like he has a good swing.
Nope. All right, next we have James Robinson. Now James is another European player. Well, I think he's European. I hope not. I hope I didn't butcher that.
He's from the UK.
Just based off skill and what I saw, I put him here as a 3-star. Next we have Cloud9 Golfer. You don't know who he is, but I know who he is.
Don't.
He messages me on Instagram. Smaller channel. Probably shoots around 76. Pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check his channel out.
Yeah, very cool. So we have 2 people left in the 3 stars. And the first one we have is Rick Shields. A solid player. You haven't played with him?
I have not.
You haven't played with him. We see his Break 75 series, which are very challenging courses. I give it to him. Very challenging courses. Yeah. But he hasn't broke 75 in a while, but that's why he is a 3-star. And the last person we have, this was kind of like what you were saying is the fan vote. This is what the biggest thing was in the comments, and I put it to use, and that was Bubby moving from a 2-star to a 3-star. He gets on a roll, or he may get a little off. He's very athletic.
He creates some speed.
Yeah, and you've played with him. And what did you think about his game?
Well, I haven't played like a full round with him, but like we've hit on the range, and I think we played like a few holes once, and he creates a lot of speed.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to analyze his full game since we didn't really ever play a full round, but he has a good swing, and he pounds it.
Alrighty, you ready for the last? Well, not the last. Well, technically it is the last because I didn't put anybody as 1-star. Just spoiler alert.
I didn't even get the notes for the 1 stars.
Where are they at? Dang it, it's Luke, Peavy. There I am, 1 star. So we have the 2 stars. First, we're gonna start it off with Eric Anders Lang. Did I say that right?
Eric Anders Lang.
All right,
Yep.
I said it right.
Yeah.
It was Random Golf Films. Excellent channel. I love their content. It's like a movie, honestly.
He's, I think, the greatest storyteller in golf.
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to tell a story.
real.
He does a great job with it.
He's a good golfer, but he is not up to the level of the 3 stars of what I saw.
Played 9 holes with him once.
So the next person we have is Josh Mayer. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff.
Follow him on Instagram.
All right, so he does have a YouTube channel, and he's tried to break par, or
Okay.
36. It looks like he comes from like a baseball background, kind
Okay.
of, to where he just got into golf maybe
Yeah.
like a few years ago, and he's progressed a lot. So Josh, you're a 2 star.
Hope you break par.
Yeah, we hope you break par. Next, we have Steven from Good Good. Has gotten a lot better. Very improved since, you know, he started doing YouTube golf.
He has improved immensely from 6-7 years ago when I first met him.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
He was just a soccer player back then.
He was a good one.
All right, next we have probably the funniest guy on YouTube golf, and that's Mr. Bob. Bob Does Sports. Bob has some short game. Let's just talk about his short game. The man can roll some putts.
He can, absolutely.
Absolutely rolls the rock. Every time I look in like one of their videos, it's like
making
Bob,
putts.
Bob, doop,
Yeah.
Bob, another one, doop. And he's like, I don't know what got into me today. I'm like, Bob, you're freaking, stop capping, bro. You're freaking sandbagging out there, like for real. He's like, I just don't know. I don't know what's going
So
on.
should he be a 3-star?
I don't know. You guys think that? And then we have Joey, Cold Cuts. His partner in crime.
I feel like Joey Tita Green got Bob,
But Bob in
but
the short
Bob
game.
in the short game.
Just,
So if they could just like mesh together, I feel like,
just Bob. Boop.
you know,
There are no 1 stars, except for me. That is gonna do the updated list here today. Thank you, Zach, for coming on. Everybody go subscribe to Zach.
he's a 5-star too.
Shoot, I don't know about that, bro. Yeah. Be watching out for that next video, because you know what?
Bangers every week.
Bangers every week. That's all there is, baby. See ya.
I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick.